grew up in a large farming community. Tractor pulls, cow tipping. We had a caterpillar plant. My junior year, they closed it down. And that whole farming town fantasy was just shattered. I'm selling them the only way they have to get back.
I am happy to announce we will be bringing natural gas to McKinley.
I want to begin by asking you, I understand that you got involved with the project because John sort of had been working on this material, brought it to you to possibly direct.
Right.
And then instead, could you talk about instead deciding to go back and write this with him?
Well, we started working on the script, and you know, we found out we wrote really well together, and you know, so we just started, you know, just doing it, and ultimately, you know, when we got the script to a place we were really excited about, we had our funding in place, I realized I couldn't direct it just because I'd been on another project that had gone long, and I couldn't bear leaving my kids again right away. So, so I bowed out rather ungracefully. It was hard for me to give it up, but we like to joke that the best thing that I did as a producer was fire myself as the director, because we got Gus Van Sant.
Yeah. Do you still want to direct at some point?
Yeah, very much. Yeah, very much so.
And was it weird to kind of go back and, because you haven't written a script since Good Will Hunting with Ben, right? 15 years ago. So was it kind of strange going back to the writing process? No, it just reminded me how much I loved it. And, you know, my wife said to me really early on, you know, no matter what happens with this movie, you know, I haven't seen you this happy. You know, so, and it was true. I was really, it was really exhilarating to write again. And did you have to sort of become an expert on fracking to a certain degree to write this, or what kind of research did you and John have to do to sort of get a grasp on the subject material? Well,
we did a bunch of research, but we really wanted the you know, both the arguments to be given you know, voice. I mean, the good thing is each side wants to get their opinion out there, so it's very easy to go on some of these websites and hear the arguments for and the arguments against, and then we just wanted to give them voice without boring anybody, you know. Right. I mean, which is, you know, it's not a documentary. I mean, this is a you know, it's a feature. It's got to be entertaining, and so so that was the trick, trying to find that balance. Find
the balance between entertaining and information.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned Gus Van Sant directing this, and when you first worked with him on Good Will Hunting, I mean, that was your leading role, but you were such a young actor at that point. Being as seasoned as you are now, returning to work with him, did you feel a difference? Was it different?
Yes and no. I mean, his approach is the same, and he gets the same great results because he's such a brilliant director. But my understanding of how he's doing it is much different after 15 years of making movies. You know, I appreciated him then, and you know, because he was so brilliant. But I understand more, and I really appreciate how great he is now.
Yeah. Last thing I want to ask you, I heard Michael Madsen once say that Terry Kinney was the finest actor he'd ever met.
Oh, isn't that great?
Yeah, you have an amazing opening scene with Terry. Did you have a good experience, or did you find,
I've felt that way for a long time, too. Terry, funnily enough, Terry Kinney, I did a I met Terry Kinney and Frances McDormand doing a cable TV movie in 1994, directed by Tommy Lee Jones, called The Good Old Boys. And Terry and Fran played my parents in this movie, which is very funny because we subsequently all became friends. And I became very close with Terry. He's a great friend of mine, and so that's why we wanted to open the movie with a scene with him. We're a $9 billion company. Do you know what we're capable of? Do you?